I don't think there are good arguments against my position. I think the people that oppose my position are idiots. And and so I don't think there is a rational argument against my position. This is an incredible thing. Naturally, people like to run gambling casinos where other people lose. And the people who invented this crypto crapo, which is my name for it, and sometimes I call it crypto crapo, and sometimes I call it, well, crypto shit. And it's just ridiculous that anybody would buy this stuff. And it isn't. You can think of hardly nothing on earth that has done more good to the human race than currency, national currencies. They were absolutely required to turn man from a goddamn successful ape into modern successful humans in human civilization. Because it enabled all these convenient exchanges. So if somebody says, I'm going to create something that sort of replaces the national currency, it's like saying I'm going to replace the national air. You know, it's asinine. It isn't even slightly stupid. It's massively stupid. And of course, it's very dangerous. And of course, the governments were totally wrong to permit it. And of course, I'm not proud of my country for allowing this crap, what I call the crypto it's worthless, it's no good, it's crazy. It'll do nothing but harm. It's antisocial to allow it. And the guy who made the correct decision on this is the Chinese leader. The Chinese leader took one look at crypto and he says, not in my China. And boom, there isn't any crypto in China. He's right and we're wrong.
Artificial intelligence, known as a language model, is trained on a large data set of text, like books and articles. What are your thoughts on AI's impact on Daily Journal's business and, more broadly, our civilization at large?
Well, I think artificial intelligence is very important, but there's also a lot of crazy hype on the subject.
We want to keep it that way. I think our fiscal health and the trajectory we're on is the greatest long-term threat. And so, you know, this president, for example, has been a part of those negotiations. He has supported freezing the budget. He has supported budget caps in the past. So this isn't new to him. We've had a debt ceiling around for 100 years. We've never defaulted. We will not default today. We will protect the good faith and credit of the United States, but we will not give this president or any politician an unlimited line of credit with no guardrails. And especially now that we're looking at 120% debt to GDP, the most we've ever had, and the largest amount of indebtedness in the world.
Very much, Becky. Cleveland Fed President Loretta Mester speaking to the Global Interdependence Center, picking up on a Super Bowl metaphor, talking about the fight against inflation, says we are in it to win it. And we have more work to do. We will need to bring the funds rate above 5%, hold it there for some time, and revealing that she supported actually a 50 basis point rate hike at the last meeting, of course, when they raised by a quarter. She says it's too soon to say that inflation is on a sustained path to 2%, and that strong wage growth shows labor demand has been outpacing labor supply. I'll leave it there, guys. Just more hawkish comments from another Fed official who's underscoring this idea the Fed may be higher for longer. Joe?
We'll always act to protect the interest of the American people and the security of the American people. Since I came to office, we've developed the ability to identify, track, and study high-altitude surveillance balloons connected with the Chinese military. When one of these high-altitude surveillance balloons entered our airspace over the continental United States earlier in the month, I gave the order to shoot it down as soon as it would be safe to do so. The military advised against shooting it down over land because of the sheer size of it. It was the size of multiple school buses and posed a risk to people on the ground if it was shot down where people lived. Instead, we tracked it closely, we analyzed its capabilities, and we learned more about how it operates. And because we knew its path, we were able to protect sensitive sites against collection. We waited until it was safely over water, which would not only protect civilians, but also enable us to recover substantial components for further analysis.
If you were to live in the area, would you feel comfortable moving back into your home?
Look, I think that I would be drinking the bottled water, and I would be continuing to find out what the tests were showing as far as the air. I would be alert and concerned, but I think I would probably be back in my house.
Hundreds of furious Ohio residents demanding answers about the safety of the air and water following that toxic train derailment 2 weeks ago. But officials from the railroad and the Biden administration were noticeably missing from last night's boisterous town hall. And the city's mayor says Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg did not show.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we have old man Munger back at it again, calling crypto crap. And we know he's playing the Hegelian dialectic. We know that crypto is not just about currencies. We know these utility tokens have real use cases. And that's the reason why they're destroying this legacy market. So therefore, the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And then he has the nerve to talk about AI. And guys, we know he knows all about the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep are going inside the metaverse. Do not expect a billionaire or these big CEOs to tell you the truth. They're only going to give you half the truth. You have to find the rest. And guys, we have the debt ceiling. And we clearly know it's no more unlimited check. They're done with the largest expansion in history. Why, guys? Because it's going to be the fall of America to Babylon. And we clearly see the BRICS nations and the emerging markets rising. And we have to keep a close eye on Janet Yellen because we know she's not funding these retirement plans. She's putting the funds back into the market. And we know stocks and cryptos are manipulated. And then we have the Fed. We know they're not done, guys. We see the inflation coming in. They're not done raising rates and running off this balance sheet. We know the go. And not only are they not done with raising rates, they're going to keep them high so the American economy can collapse. Remember, guys, these small businesses cannot survive with high rates and paying higher wages. We know these large corporations can take a hit because they've already financed debt 3, 5, and 10 years out. And like Klaus Schwab stated, these corporations are going to have a lot of power. And if you have my NWO book, you know I explain that. And then we have Biden on China's spy balloons. And guys, we just happened to see it when these chemicals and this railroad crash happened. No signs of Pete Buttigieg or Biden. Because guys, we know this is part of a much bigger plan. These chemicals are in the air, in the water, killing the wildlife, and just got into the mainstream media this week. And we know we normally get about 1,000 derailments per year. But guys, anytime that you have deadly chemicals a part of the crash, and then they had a nerve to burn them, and this event just happened to match up with a movie that was in Ohio called White Noise. Yes, guys, remember, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. And guys, I just touched on all the main distractions without even telling you I was doing it. So now we have the AI crypto Hegelian dialectic. We have the debt ceiling and the politicians. We have the Fed with raising rates, so-called fighting inflation that they cause. The spy balloon, train derailment. And with all these distractions, this is how the NWO pulls off his magic tricks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.